Part 2 of the boat. The boat is now only a mere stone throw away, and it is so long, only the front can tuck itself alongside the wooden pier. There are probably 100 passengers, no more than a church service is worth, but I feel I have never seen so many touched before. From what I can tell, there is not a person there without visible signs. As Mr. Zamora said, they must have come from all over the places outside. I wonder how they must be feeling, crammed in amongst strangers with only one thing in common, the only thing that matters to the government and people like Zamora. "You, child, come and help moor us." The man steering the boat has touched sores on his arms. They are open and weeping, and Dr. Thomas told us that means they're infectious and warned us against going near, but I don't want to be rude. There is a girl about my age squashed up against the side facing me. Her nose is folded and she is watching me carefully. Her eyes are bright with fear like a caged rabbit. I want her first impression of Cullion to be good. I look at Nane, who is still sleeping, undisturbed by the stale smell of unwashed bodies and the sounds of voices speaking in unfamiliar dialects, and walk to the pier. The boatman throws the rope. I catch the heavy, stinking end and wrap it around a post the way Kapunu taught me. I don't think it will hold very well, but I can't stay close to the smell for long enough to double knot it. I step back and the captain climbs up and places a wooden plank across the gap. "Did the government man send you?" His voice is rough and clipped. I shake my head. Typical. They're in a rush to get us here. No one here to greet us. "Amy?" Nana is sitting up, shielding her eyes from the sun. I watch her see me, then the boat, then the people. She looks at the people for a long while, many breaths in and out through her nostrils. Then she is up, running towards me, fumbling her face cloth over her mouth and landing heavily on her touched foot. "Amy, away! Get away from there!" Many people turn to watch her hobbling, and I feel bad for them. I can tell she's afraid. Bondoc says you can catch fear easier than becoming touched, and some of the arrivals are looking nervously around for what has scared this wild-eyed woman enough to make her run on her touched foot. "Get away," I said. She arrives panting, the boatman watching her with amusement clear on his face. "What's the problem, lady?" Nene is already pulling me, barging past the passengers that have disembarked and drawing me close to her. "Nene," I start hesitantly, but her face is furious. She has my upper arm in a vice-like hold and is heading back towards home, although her stick and her metal basin are still on the beach. I look back over my shoulder and see that the arrivals are still standing on the beach, probably waiting for someone to tell them what to do. Halfway up the hill we pass the boys and Day 2 saying, "Was it them, from the places outside?" But Nene does not slow down to let me answer. As soon as we are home, Nene wheels me around roughly to face her. "What do you think you are doing?" she shouts at me through her cloth. "Do you really think I wouldn't notice?" "Notice what?" "It's that stupid petition putting stupid ideas into your head. Don't play innocent with me. I know what you were doing. You took me to the beach today. You knew they were coming. You knew I'd fall asleep." "We've been to the beach every day, Nene." I followed her with my eyes as she paces. I have never seen her so angry. "And if I hadn't have woken up, you would have. Her breath is coming in big gulps like a fish out of water. "Nene," I try again. "I don't know what you are saying, but I'm sorry for upsetting you." She turns so sharply. I think she's going to continue shouting, but then she crouches before me. I hear her inhale deeply, but she doesn't speak. Her eyes, pinched by worry lines, are no longer angry. She sinks to the floor and wraps her arms around her knees, resting her chin on them. She is shrunken, whereas only moments before, rage had grown her as big as Bondoc. I sit down too, rest my chin on my knees too, to show that I am happy to wait for her to tell me what is wrong. Finally, she unwinds her face cloth. "You really weren't trying to be near those people on purpose, the ones with the open sores?" I'm more confused than ever. "No, I was just helping them moor the boat, like Kapunu taught me." Nane's head sinks down and her shoulders shake, so I crawl forward and wrap my arms as far around her as they can go. I thought you wanted to be near them. I thought you wanted to catch it. Catch it? Nene's face is already swollen with crying. Those people, their sores, they were undressed. It would have been easy to catch this. She gestures at her nose. Oh, I can't think of anything else to say. Nene takes my hands gently and looks me straight in the eyes. Amy, I believe you, but I do not believe that you haven't tried to think of a way to stay. I love you, Amy, and that means I want a better life for you. It is a blessing that you have stayed with me for so long, and I want you to stay forever. But I will not be here forever. Her voice falters. This disease is more terrible than you can understand. Mr. Zamora is right. There is no future on an island of lepers. I want to correct her use of the word, but my mouth has stopped working. So you must go. It is for the best. You will be all right in the places outside. You are the kindest girl I know. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out the berry. Did you give me this? Then I must give you something. That is how love works, yeah? Yes, giving and receiving. Exactly. Not give, like that God of the church demands. She looks around her, and then she clasps her hands to her forehead. I left the basin. I didn't want to remind you because you were angry. She laughs softly. I was quite scary, wasn't I? I got that from my mother. Let's go and fetch it. I jump up. I'll go. You left your stick. She blinks around as if she's only just noticed and then nods slowly. I know what she wants to say next, but is too embarrassed because she shouted at me, so I say it for her. I won't go near any of those people, I promise. She nods. Careful of the oil, it might still be hot. That is her way of saying, be careful of everything.